Welcome back to Autosave 2 with JD, or Factorio, and we're waiting on a damn autosave. As you can see, we're standing in a traffic jam, and first off, whilst I'm here and I think about it, those signals have to bugger off. Which probably means... No, there isn't a set at the other end. Okay, so, it looks like a deadlock. It turns out I fucked up. I placed this... So this train stopped. This train wants to go right. This train also wants to go right. Straight through, north and north. Trains shouldn't go north, but we'll fix that in a second. This train is stuck back here at its signal and can't move forward, which is blocking the entry for every one of these trains, which is stopping this guy jumping in here. So, two things. One, we need a bigger stacker. Because that's always an answer. More stacker. Chain signal there. This should actually have chain signals all the way along, but hasn't broken yet. And one problem solved. Second problem is if I put a... I put a proper signal here. This guy can pull forward. Somebody else can get in. Come on. Anybody else? Oh, no. He's actually got to clear that whole signal. So I also need one down. Done. Solved. In fact, I'm missing quite a few signals. That one and that one. Solved. Second problem is, and it's happening on all of these, trains are exiting and they're going northbound. We need to fix that. I don't want any trains leaving one of these and going northbound. The idea is they always go southbound. So we're going to disconnect that. And that. And that. And that. I need to re-signal it. So, trains can now only go south and can then come in from the north. We need to also do the same at this end. Do we? For what reason would a train come in? Well, look, it's a free left-hand turn, so I'm going to leave it. Just on principle. I can get rid of that blueprint. And let's blueprint that. And give you the symbol of lubricant. Because that's easy for me to find in my bar. Which seems to have every slot saved. Except that one. Fixed. So now we're going to run down here and be overzealous with the deconstruction planner and watch the game come to a crawl because I just broke a heap of pathfinding and put it all back and move on to the next one and rinse and repeat. No, that is the right amount. That just looks like a lot of chain signals. Because yes, this is all designed with just the amount of... See, that guy's going north. He shouldn't go north. Actually, what was he? So there's a copper. So this copper... No, don't stay on the track, JD. So, the copper trains come all the way up here, going all the way down there. He's going to have to go southbound here, I guess, to get into the copper stacker. I bet you. No. He can't get in from the south here. What? Oh, he's going to here. So he's exited down there heading south. And rather than going left, 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 left in here, he's come out, he's gone right, 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 and then in. Probably just because one train happened to be in the way, somewhere along the line. So he parked the other way. So, we really want to preference left-hand turns. So in a lot of cases, I'm forcing trains to go left. Which I plan to do a whole episode on after we get every other bug worked out. And we're down to watching things happen there. Not that it really matters. I could be as overzealous as I want. Now, unfortunately, and because I didn't plan 100 episodes in advance, I guess is probably the only way I would have got this one right, is the trains are turning in here right onto this lane, and then they're leaving turning right onto this lane, which means they're crossing twice. In theory, well, honestly, if this was all the way out here and I was coming into this side, they could turn left in and left out, which would be brilliant. My second option is making just this section of track right-hand turn. So they're turning in without crossing over themselves and turning back out without crossing over themselves, which is something I could do, because the idea of moving this main line over here, taking everything here and mirror imaging it, sounds like a pain in my ass. Like hundreds and hundreds of game hours worth of pain in my ass. Those signals need to go as well. They're the only rogue signals, aren't they? No. One set there as well. Yes, that's a steel train. Who's going to purple steel? So he's come out of the stacker up here. And yes, he can turn left, right, right, left. Or he goes straight along, turn left and turn right. So this is why I need to force the trains, for lack of a better term, to turn the direction I want you to. I want them to is probably, yeah, that's better English. Those signals are in the wrong spot. Pull that up, watch the game lag because of track lag. Put that back down, voila. Now we look at the train menu and look for anything with red on it. Because it's red, it means I broke it. Now, because the amount of master loops I have, nothing should ever break. It's been very rare for me to break a train. Copper 5 needs some work. No. I don't know how many trains I've got, and I don't have the command on me. Actually, I don't even know if I've got it written down anymore. But I'm willing to bet it's a lot. So, crap, we've actually caught up in blue circuits. Damn. Although we do have a trash problem. So, let's make a trash train. You're going north. That works. A 111. Fuel. Alright. We want to go to trash. Base trash, inventory empty. And we want to go to trash, inactivity. Let's go with 30 seconds. Done. Now, the trash system, because stations turn on and off, this is anything is greater than 0. So if this storage box has anything in it, the trash train will come pick it up. Which is perfect, because now we can literally go around everywhere and go change it to called trash with the same instructions, trash with the same instructions. This is now called purple trash. change to call it trash. And because we're turning stations on and off, the trash train will head out to this one for all the circuits, or this one, whichever's closer. Pick up everything, take it home, empty it. Come back out to whatever's the closest still, and on, and empty it, and go back. Which just makes my life a whole lot easier. It means every single time I build a new anything, I don't have to give it a proper trash name and add it to the schedule. It can just be called trash. You have almost no trash in you. You've got one little thingamajiggy bob that I can't get rid of, and a storage chest. And that's it. Everything else I've manually picked up from oil. Speaking of oil, what do we flew it up to? 1 minute production, 200,000. Petroleum, 100,000. Light oil, we're only using 85, 90,000. 100,000. 120,000. 100 and shit. 150,000 oil. How high is this going to go? 180, 200. Come on! More and more is turning on. Now we've got the circuits up and running. The base is really starting to fire up. 230. Oh no, it's dropping back down. 235. 240. Come on! 240. Yeah, that was a peak and it's come back down. 250,000 oil? 250? Come on! 250,000? 250,000 oil per minute. Which is, what? Almost 2 wagons a minute? You know, we're doing 24,000 oil, lube a minute. 21,000. This is production. You know, consumption's pretty static. Red. So light oil peaks up and valleys. But yeah, you know, we're chewing through our liquids. Flat out, 200,000 petroleum. It's 75,000 in a tanker. So that's 2 oil tankers per minute. An oil tanker full every 30 seconds. This chewing 300 is, what, 4 oil tankers a minute? And that's production. Yeah, it's pretty level. Items. Let's go 1 minute graph so things don't bounce around quite so much. No, we're still not really making rocket fuel. Purely because we're on the trash train, so we're going around picking stuff up automatically. Rocket fuel, which is science, because we've got 600,000. And up here we still have 1.9 million with another 80,000 on the train. Our shortfalls are purple, because even with 3 steel trains... Where the hell are you going? Oh, up to refill. Yeah, you're going up to refill. You're coming down the bottom to go up to refill. Can I loop you in there? I could, actually. Alright, so that's the job we're going to do as well. Yeah, with 3 dedicated steel trains for just this one build, it's still not enough. And yellows are, I believe, production. No, we're producing them. Let's go 2-minute graph. Yellows, which are blue. Yeah, we are producing them. It's this graph here being the orange graph, which is purples, which are up and down all over the place. Green and red are also having the hiccups. But 90% of their hiccups is... Currently it's iron. Because we have trains waiting to get in. Why do we have a train stuck there waiting to get in? Probably because we're not turning off stations. And we don't have nearly enough ore coming in because... Why? Because this stacker still hates me. That's the bottom line. This one train pulled too far forward for some reason. So did this one. And now nobody can get into the top lane. Are you going to go? No. You're going to go. You're pulled too far forward as well. Yeah. Yeah, trains be stupid. We're at a trash station. There's still a trash station turned on somewhere. Yeah, that one. No, we're not going to fit that in this load. But yeah, like I said, it goes to a trash station, picks up some stuff, goes back to base, drops it off. Rinse and repeat. It's not as smart as I'd like it. I'd like it to pick up stuff in home base, like what's in storage at the moment. Well, look, there's a piece of sulfur. There's some lube barrels. I'd like it to take the stuff that's in home base that shouldn't be here and dump it to where, you know, a spot will actually get used. You know, there's some level 1 belt. Again, same story. If it could dump it off to somewhere to get used, that'd be awesome. Plastic. No, plastic gets used here, doesn't it? Yes. Yes, plastic gets used here. Not a great deal of it, but some of it gets used. We have a shit ton of stone and a shit ton of wooden boxes, which the inserters, wherever the hell they've gone, the little inserter loop, down here, are burning through ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. Alright, let's jump off. Ooh, train. Shit, that made me jump. Let's see if I can, in my infinite wisdom, find some way to fix the bloody iron stacker. Because it alternates between not getting trains in fast enough and not getting trains out fast enough. I put this station here to add a delay, basically, to trains going to the north. Because these steel were not even getting touched. Alright. Even now, what the hell is this train waiting on? That one wagon. Oh, fuck off. Go. Yeah, these ones were not filling up at all. It was just filling up these center ones. So, yeah, some tweaking has to be done. Because it's easier, you fuck off so you can come in so the other ones can fill up. Because we've got a couple of train loads. No, you're out. Because you're not getting iron because... Yeah. I hate the stackers. Blueprints. What do I have? Do I have a 3-way... That's exactly what I want, actually. I think. That looks right. Yeah, that's right. And I deselected it. I have no idea if this will actually improve things. I'll be perfectly honest. It may. It may not. It may just give me a slightly different version of a headache. It just comes down to the train pathfinding be less than perfect. that's pretty much how Factorio works. I don't think I'm going to have that top station anymore. No, I can't see a way of getting you connected in. Alright. Let's break things good and proper. So, let's cut... No, let's do it up here, out of the way. Because I want my lovely curves. Cut you. Don't get hit by a train. Don't get hit by a train. Don't get hit by a train. And cut those. Alright. Alright, so we need some masterful blueprints. Let's use you first to say that is a copy of everything. New blueprint. Yeah, all that's got to go. It's going to be in my way. Yeah, watch the train pathfinding scream at you. Okay. So we actually want to hook this. We want to disconnect that. So you go into those ones. We then want to make sure I don't disconnect power to everything. Yes, that is the main power line. And turns out this is only hooked up directly to the main line. That'd be about right. No redundancy whatsoever. Okay. Alright. Too far. Train track work. Okay. Let's hook you, and you up. Remove that train station. Pick up petroleum. Dump it over here where I can look at it. New blueprint. We want those lanes, basically. And I want those lanes to hook up right about there. So, delete all this shit I don't need. Oh, God. You can make that curve, you can make that curve, that one, that one. Okay. We can get rid of that signal and that signal, but we do need a signal there and one there. Really? Alright, let's... That's a point. I can't make that corner anymore. That's as tight as a corner as I can get. Which is not tight enough. No, 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 no. Yes. I'll just delete it. It's quicker. Need more room. Or I need tracks that turn sharper. Get rid of that. Yeah, let's keep going that way, that way, that way. You there, you there. I love it how I'm doing this while standing on a train track. That is actually live. Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time I've got run over by a train. Probably be one of the first times I got run over by a 312-3 whilst intentionally standing on the track. Actually, in this series I've been run over not a lot. I've been either fairly lucky or we're going to go with luck. I haven't been more careful than normal. Not the slightest. You can't make that turn, can you? Nope. Alright, let's try coming from the other direction. Oh, look, it works. It's ugly, but it works. And let's be honest, this little blah, whatever you want to call it, was the prettiest part of my whole base. I know. Just because I just don't care about this aesthetics. Has that improved my problem? Not really. I know, the easiest answer is to take the whole stacker and move it back by four tiles. That'll fix it. That'll fix it. Fucking hell. Alright, let's try this again. Where's my blueprint? Let's slap you down. Alright, that's my answer. No, one track too many. Wrong one track too many. Alright, that's my answer. That's the best I can do. So your chain signal is there, 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 and there. That's the best I can do. Which probably means I didn't need to fuck around with that. I could have just left that as it was. Do I have a blueprint of it as it was? I think I destroyed it. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Alright. In theory, that may be fixed. Now we've got to work out why these trams keep sliding forward. Because they shouldn't. They should get in order to go. Slide forward just the amount they need. And then have the dedicated path all the way through. Get rid of station names. Get rid of power. everybody's going on that middle, that third track, which goes to you, and you. So at the moment the stack is, this is using the bottom 3, that's the next 4 up, that's the next 4 from the halfway point up, and that's the top 3. Now, the middle 3 are the heaviest. No, they're not. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So actually, these 4 being this track here are the heaviest used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. Of course, I'm miles away, but so it now means this one, and this one are on that third track in. This one and these ones are on the innermost track. So hopefully, and of course you've got to wait a while for the trains. So you've slid too far forward. And you've done it again. Wherever in hell you're pathfinding to, the station must have just been turned off. So I don't think turning off the stations is not the answer. Now that we're clearing, now that we've got a waypoint station. It doesn't tell me which SM I am. Not without renaming each and every one of them. Which I don't want to do, because then you're actually specifically telling a train which station you want it to go to. Whereas I just want to go into the first available. Alright. We're going to stop turning stations off. That's my next fix. Whether it actually fixes anything or not, I don't know. And I again have a train stuck. So you shouldn't pathfind to it, because it's chain signaled the whole... Oh. The almost whole way. Alright, so we'll fix that problem by kicking that train out. And actually we can fix all these problems from map view. Like that. Alright, stations are now always on. We now have 4 lanes into the smelters from the stacker. No, I'm hoping I didn't. Because I actually accidentally clicked on the train. No, it didn't change its orders. Good. Alright. Turn those off and watch trains. Because each one pulls up to the waypoint station. Once it gets to the waypoint station, it loses its pathfinding. And has to repath and pick a new path from here to one of these. Now in theory, that's 2 going at once. In theory, we should be able to get all 4 train lines being used at the same time. I don't guarantee it, but in theory it should happen. Well, we just had 3 running at the same time. So that's the second one again. Now, I warn you guys, for the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to sit here and watch trains. So, if you don't want to watch stupid trains attempt to pathfind, Now would be a good time to exit the episode. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting right here watching trains be stupid. Yep, you pathfind all the way in. Yeah, there's nobody on the lines anywhere. And you've again chosen third lane, which is this one this time. No, you've chosen that one. Why the Because I've put a standard signal in, haven't I? Yeah, you gotta go. You've gotta go. You've gotta go. You're far enough up that hopefully you won't matter. Whoa! We got two running. So you're coming down to this one. Alright, you could be in somebody's way. You have 450 ore left. You're pretty much empty. Piss off. Yeah, because you're breaking the whole... That whole third line is broken with that train sitting there. You can't sit there. Alright. Second lane again, which is this station. I assume. Or this one. Either one. Yeah, that one because it's the closest. Next train coming is... You again. Same problem as steel is not getting looked at. Like, there is no steel here. There is bugger all iron left. And you're stuck. Why are you stuck? You shouldn't even... You shouldn't have even moved forward. You didn't have room. No, there's no... Ah. There's a signal there. Alright. 1.4k, 150. Go away. Yeah, I do have standard signals up here, but they're miles away. They... Oh, bugger it. I'm going to replace them anyway. Just on principle. It's always that second lane. Now I can put a train station right here, which will add a 1500 tile penalty to it, which means it'll be the last one picked. But it's also a high preference because all the iron trains come into these ones. Yeah, that's the middlemost. That's, yeah, these three are the highest preferences, you know, with the outside ones also fairly high. Yeah, I've got so many trains stacked up and nobody's moving. These are empty. Empty, I tell you. Alright, change your name to Iron 1. Done. You SM Iron 1 Circuit Condition. Go. You can pathfind to it. Great. Which PlayStation was that? Oh. Empty. And you can definitely pathfind to that one because somebody just pulled in. But that, like, oh no, that's been there for a while. Iron 1. You 1. Second condition. Go. Yeah, you can pathfind to it instantly. They can get there. I'm going to change your orders. Yeah, you're fine now. Now you're on the train tracks. coming into that one because it's the closest. Alright, let's try this again. Let's put a train station there, a train station there, and a train station there. Second track, third track. Somebody jump on the fourth track. Where are you going? Fourth track! Fourth track. Next victim. Nobody's moving. Where are you going? Fourth track, fourth track, fourth track, fourth track. Fourth track. Which is the bottom three only. Yeah, so they have a signal. They can actually park one train out here in the pre-stacker. You're going to fourth track as well. I don't know. You know, now these are empty still. Because the trains are now preferencing, because I've put in these stations that add the track penalty, they're now preferencing these ones. And they'll keep coming here until these are full. And then they'll still pathfind to it because they're on. Yeah, having the stations on won't work. We need that ticked. We need them to not pathfind to it when they're off. When they're full already. You know, the other option is I come in here and I say, hang on, let's turn that on. So, enable if iron ore is less than 200,000. So, it'll actually mean if the station has a shit ton of iron in there, the station will turn off. That's another option. Yeah. Alright, look, whilst autosave thinks about it, and we're up to 40 minutes, so I've spent at least 10 minutes just umming and ahhing and trying to fix this train problem. I'm going to call it here for this episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. We are ticking over ever so slowly. Yeah, we basically have an iron throughput problem, which seems ridiculous when you're doing 150,000 iron. And the problem is purely getting the iron into the smelters. The smelters are overbuilt by so much, it's not funny. We have enough steel with a little bit of overbuild, and I only need 6 out of these 10 buggers actually running. It's overbuilt by that much. And honestly, I'm considering just scrapping the top 4. Because that'd get rid of a whole train line. Whether that improves anything or not, I don't know. That's the issue. I don't know. Because of stupid train pathfinding, everybody's now preferencing that lane. Every one of them. Which is great, because, you know, they'll fill up. But not great, because I want them to all work, not just the bottom 4. That seems to be the current problem. I can either have iron working or I can have steel working. I can't have both. Yeah, this guy's full. He's got 911,000 iron and 200,000 ore. So that's maybe something else I can do. I can just say, hey, look, one station's got 100,000 ore. Turn off. Yeah, we need to feed them in faster. And I honestly don't have an answer. So I'm going away for the weekend. In fact, I'm leaving in like half an hour. And as always, I'll leave the game running. So whilst it's running, we will see if traffic jams pop up or not. And anything like that. But also means I'm not touching this stacker for 2 days. So in the next 2 days, I will be thinking about any sort of answers I can come up with. And yes, it's a much longer episode than I expected. The only thing I can think of at this point is to have a stacker get rid of the top 3 stations. So I've only got 3 lines, train lines to deal with. Move this whole stacker. Just pick it up and just dump it down here or something. Increase its size as well. Because, as we said, this stores 60 trains? I don't know. Some ridiculous number. But it's not enough. It's obviously not enough. Not with how long a train gets to get all the way out to way out here. And then all the way back. Because this is max. Yeah, that's max zoom. That's max zoom. The base only just fits. Yeah. That little red line there is a 312-3 train. Yeah. That's the iron and steel stacker. Yeah, we're talking massive. This base has got massive. Way bigger than I even thought when and I've been sitting here building the whole damn thing. Yeah. Is that an ore deposit? No, that's a smudge on the screen. That's an 11 million copper. That's 29 million. 8 million. Oh, 2. I know I saw the copper. I didn't see the stone. I just accidentally hovered over the stone. 7 million. 7 million's about the smallest I can see. Oh, there's a 6 million. I can see a 6 million copper. Oh, that's 9. That's even bigger. Is that 9? 7 million. Yeah, about 6 million. No, that's a smudge on the screen. Oh, 1.3. That's a pretty big 1.3. Yeah. So, the only thing I can think of is we move the whole stacker. We put it down here or something. Like straight above oil. Maybe even turn it so it stacks. Yeah, so it stacks. It comes out wide. No, it comes in. No, it comes out wide. Stacks this way. And then loops back around. Which is more train moving, but it doesn't matter. And then have... So they come through the stacker, and then they choose one of these 3 train lines. And as soon as they get through, and they've made a choice, we then move them into a separate stacker, which is parked right outside, like right here. And then... How many are there? There's 14 total. So if we remove 4, there's 10. Remove 3, there's 11. They don't divide well. But, I'll still use this more. So, whatever. Alright? We do a stacker for like 3 or 4 smelters. And there's just a stacker here that just does these 3. And a separate stacker here that does these 3. And a separate stacker here that does these 3. So the theory being that they'll come to a main stacker and a waypoint station to then move to a second stacker which will or won't have a waypoint. Would also have to have a waypoint station that turns off. So once it's full, new trains can't be sent there. And then they move on to whichever one they're going to. So, yeah, we go iron waypoint 1 in the major stacker, and it comes down here to iron waypoint 2, and then on to the actual smelter. And if they come to waypoint number 2, and all these are turned off, they'll no path. If they leave number 1, and they get halfway into number 2, when 2 fills up, they'll no path. Which will be fine. No, it won't be fine. No, we won't be able to fill up the second stacker. We'll have to have one station always on and do the signaling correctly, so trains just can't choose it anymore, and they'll have to choose a different one. Yeah, something along those lines. That's the current point I'm at. I know somebody wrote in the comments, how about a row station? And yeah, see, he's already pulled too far forward. Both these two have. And they've obviously picked a station that's now off. And that's why they're stuck. Yeah, I don't know about a railway station. I like yeah, well, not a railway station. Oh, what's it called? Oh, what a time to have a brain fart. Stackaroo. Exterminator Stackaroo. I honestly don't know. I need to see it in action. Like, not like running on a test map. I need to see it live on a real map. And then maybe. I still have the same option. I could literally bring these off, make a dummy station, and dump everything into either storage boxes via bots or tanks, and then have another train come along, pick it up, and dump it in each one of these one by one. I tried to remove that right from square one. I know it can work, but I've never seen it work well. And I like the idea. I think it's more efficient to bring the ore straight in, if you can convince the trains to do as they're fucking well told. And that's where I'm going to leave the episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're enjoying. We'll see what happens over the next 2 days with the game running. We're at 63% with 45 days and 13 hours worth of game time. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, you guys won't miss any episodes because I'm pre-recorded this ahead. And then by the time I get back, I'll record the next episode after 2 days, 2.5 days worth of runtime. But yeah. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Alright, bye.